the helpers. Yeah, and the booth looks fantastic, and I get to get some veggies for dinner.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so we're hoping to do this, more and more in the workplaces. So we started what we call the kind hour, where we reflect on basically sustainable development of nations, just following from the micro summit. But today what we were doing for these 3 days was basically ringing the bell on the every hour. But that was hard every hour, so I'm going to bunch up five women, and then we're going to do our recording now, and then essentially stream them like a Netflix, episode by episode, of just short bites. So the first one is today is Helen Keller. Helen Keller.
Right. Yeah, Helen Keller is an amazing story.
I thought it's we forget, right? When you read and you say, oh, this person's blind, this person's can't hear, this person can't speak, and then now you and I have children with trisomy 21 or Down syndrome. Avina's taking a break now, and Tasha as well, and you saw how amazing Tasha and Avina were today, right? They were just I didn't have a script for anybody, but I think by far the two of them just went at it.
Yeah, is Avina is the one that was filming me today?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Avina and
Yeah, she
Tasha. Yeah, yeah.
yes, yeah. Tasha, I remember her name, but Avina I just met the last time.
That's
But
right.
yeah, she was very
Avina. She's 18, She's
Avina.
only 18.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Tasha's
Oh wow. Yeah,
25. Yeah, yeah. She's only 18.
yeah,
She's amazing. She's
yeah,
like
she's doing
fun
good.
hearing. Yeah.
She's very enthusiastic and enjoying the filming.
Yeah. So she's formerly an intern with us, with Bilberry's Blue
Okay.
and the Kind Grower as well. So she
Yeah.
signed on, and it's a formal internship with ITE. So she's at ITE, and Tasha
Oh,
is a co-founder, with Bilberry's Blue Lighthouse and Under One Love. So they both are at work actually.
mm,
Yeah, they're both
mm.
at work, and
Yeah,
a
yeah.
place like a farmer's market gives them the opportunity of that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's a nice atmosphere. I wish there was more of these kind of markets.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few are going in Singapore now, but yeah, it's great that they're here.
Yeah, it's really nice because like it's the first time we are at a CBD area. So I hope we get to do more of this in a CBD area. The traffic is quite good. And the lighting is amazing. So even being able to do this, it's quite nice. Like
Mm.
it just looks really nice. So I hope to beam this up and more people invite us in. Um to their actual workplace itself, maybe during their sustainability hour or well-being hour, or kindness hour. So that's what we hope to do. So back to Helen Keller. So the amazing thing is her determination, right? So I see that in Avina and Tasha, and I think that's where we don't realize, like, how our children who come with so much challenges, their determination is by far the highest, compared to so many others.
Mm.
So Helen Keller
Yeah, they're
really went to
they
university.
are. Oh, I'm losing our connection a bit.
Okay, can you hear me? Yeah, yeah. So Helen,
Now I can hear you. Yeah.
yeah. So Helen Keller, yeah, just if we can share Helen Keller with everybody who has challenges, especially and you're born with it, right? I
Mm.
hope we hope they can find inspiration from that. But then now we have Avina and Tasha,
Oh yeah, I'm
Helen Keller's.
yeah, like when I the Helen Keller since hit the airwaves, so to speak, in the 1980s, or when I was young, as maybe what you call a junior youth, 12 to 15 years old. That story in North America got a lot of exposure because someone made a movie in those days. In the 80s, 70s or 80s, they made a movie of her life, and it was just really like astounding to try and comprehend. How is that possible, right? How can someone who can't hear or see or really speak, how can they possibly ever progress and learn how to do things, right? It's just, it shows you something. There's things about um, our mind and possibilities that we really don't understand even now, right? Like, there's so much we don't know and comprehend about the, I mean, you can call it the human spirit, right? That's part that is, yeah, a little bit mysterious, but it's a potential, right? Untapped potential. But yeah, that story has inspired me for sure. Seeing how, especially because it's interesting, because when it starts, she's very young, she's wild, right? She's like a wild kind of, she's just like smashing things and barreling through life because she's angry, right? She's frustrated, she can't communicate. And then that one teacher who was stubborn and informed, I think that's the thing about that teacher who they eventually found, who was willing to work with her, was someone who was looking into like the cutting edge of education. Like it was someone who was self-informed, investigating, looking for alternatives, and then stubborn, really, really determined not to give up and to work with her. Yeah. Whole thing is just like, probably made a huge, bigger impact on me than I realized, because I ended up in education, sort of by happenstance. But um, yeah, it's profound, the influence of that story. I think it needs to be revisited, like you said. Like, people need to go back and really comprehend what happened there and what that was all about, because it's still to this day, it's like it's hard to believe.
And so difficult. And so difficult. Like
Yeah,
educator as an educator, right? And because you're right, I forgot the bit where when she was wild as a child, she was angry. And we're seeing that, right? I'm
yeah.
seeing with Keith, just smashing everything, like you're saying. Yeah. And how do you find a way that they could
Mm.
express, right? And they
Yeah.
have so much intelligence inside them. And it's just, how do you express it? And humans have to use words, have to use. So I want to pivot now to Agnes Martin.